So, welcome back, Bill. I always say this is one of my favorite questions. Influencers, they come sometimes in a second, sometimes they come for a lifetime, sometimes it's even negative that it's an influence. And, my first influencer, major one, was my grandfather, who, tell a tiny story here really quick, where I was little, he came from Kiev, my grandmother came from Kiev, my mom, my aunt, whatnot, so he had an accent and the whole bit. But he used to take me for walks in the park in Montreal. Um, and when I was 5 or 6, and one time I just said to him, I called him Zeta. I said, Zeta, how do you know all these people? And he looked at me, and I remember his eyes looked at me, said, I don't know. I just smiled once at one of them, and he smiled back at me. And then he started talking to me. So I talked back to him. And then there was another one, and another one. And I understood it even as a 5 or 6 year old, but I understood it more and more as I got older, that it doesn't take much, just a smile, for him to develop that community. So with that, too long a story for this. Can you share with us 2 or 3? I know there's more, but 2 or 3 people that have been influential in your life?
Well, absolutely. There are three that have stuck with me ever since. That is my father. He was a successful businessman and he preached MBWA, management by walking around. And I learned that from our 7 p.m. dinner at home, and he would always talk about whom he met, what was going on in their world. When people are seen and heard and you acknowledge them, that goes a long way. And they will also volunteer what's going on. Second is Sam Farber, who is the founder of OXO, the Good Grip kitchen product. And I don't know if you know this product, but he invented a better way to use a French peeler, vegetable peeler. And it was made out of metal. It had a certain shape. And he saw his wife, who's arthritic, struggling. And he said, there's got to be a better mousetrap. And so that's where he came up with the term universal asset, to understand all of the different hand shapes and abilities, and created a thin design that's easy to use for most people. And it became a great company. And I was proud to have been his protege for a short while. And so I learned a lot from Sam. And last, Steve Jobs of Apple. I was fortunate to start at Apple. I didn't work with him directly. I wish I did. But he built the culture at Apple that was, how do you be innovative and effective in what you're doing? Focus on a few great ideas. Don't focus on many good ideas. When you find that you've discovered what you're looking for in that great idea, and you've been through that 2 or 3 times, there's your answer. Move on. And I was like, well, why are you early on in my career? So that culture has really gotten me to see otherwise. We can get so caught up in things, but it's also good to just focus on a few great things. And so my father, Sam Farber, and Steve Jobs were my role models.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for sharing that.
You're most welcome.